31st of August 2023. In this news flash, I'm going to talk about that unit that Panyaza Lesufi set up to be crime fighters. Listen to this headline. The Gauteng government denied knowledge of allegations of assaults by wardens. Now, there's a lot of stories that is coming out of how these wardens are assaulting, robbing, and victimizing the local citizens. There's a lot about it. Gauteng's crime prevention wardens were set up unlawfully, risk abuse of police powers. An investigation by Daily Maverick has shown that the Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi jumped the gun in appointing and deploying 6,000 crime prevention wardens in Gauteng, known as the Panyaza. On the basis of evidence we have uncovered of abuse by some wardens and the responses of the Premier and Justice Minister, it appears the whole scheme is being implemented unlawfully. While effective crime prevention is vital, creating a whole new cadre of law enforcement officers outside of the law is wide open to abuse and seems to be doing little to actually protect citizens from crime. Now, I have some comments on this. First of all, despite the fact that there's a lot of reports that that's cadre command was set up unlawfully, they were set up, kitted out, cost about 450 million rand, and they were deployed. Now, what you should actually think about, what the ANC is doing here is very similar to what was done in Germany prior to World War II. This is how Hitler also whipped up emotions in Germany with all those brown shirts that he appointed. And Lesufi is doing the same. What is for me astonishing is that the black people, they read these things. And I'm talking about this SASSA generation that is so rampant on Twitter and on social media. They know about these things, but they say nothing about it. And that makes me believe that they like to be abused. It's either that, or they're really so ignorant that they cannot see the dangers in these things. The start of Panyaza. The Gauteng Department of Community Safety in November 2022 recruited CPWs to augment the work of law enforcement officials and reduce crime levels in the province. On 30 April 2023, a ceremony was held in Soshanguve, Pretoria, where Lesufi addressed 3,000 of these wardens, colloquially known as Panyaza, to be dispatched to 361 Gauteng wards, mainly in townships and informal settlements. On 1st May, a second cohort of 2,000 wardens was unveiled at the Chakana Stadium in Ekurhuleni. The introduction of the CPWs has been criticized by political parties and civil society, including the DA, who view them as inexperienced and ill-equipped and consider them as an election ploy. The wardens also come with a hefty price tag. The provincial government had spent 450 million on the CPW program, which included cars, accommodation, food, transport and uniforms. But this is how it works. They spend money like there's no end to it. And it's big numbers. You should ask some of those guys in charge of that project to write that number down for you on a piece of paper. And you must write it down on another piece of paper and just show it to him and tell him to read it. This is the problem. Ill-qualified people are in charge of the management systems of the country in various sectors, and everything is just collapsing and falling apart. Now this crowd, this Panyaza, has now been accused of lots of incidents of assault. And there is this one lady that is reporting, the victim's landlord said she is still trying to make sense of the incident and has not seen the warden since the assault. I did not understand what was happening. I'm still shocked that it even happened. This is a very serious because he is injured very badly. Following the assault, the victim has not been able to work and continues to suffer from ill health. But what? Who cares about that? Nobody cares about that. And that is how everything is falling apart, and the communities are suffering severely under crime. And then there's Lesufi. And I mean, that is an outspoken racist. That is the guy that fucked up the gauteng education system, personally. And he took great pride in doing it. And the people rewarded him by electing him as premier. So, Moses 6 verse 6, stupid people must suffer. Please give me a like and subscribe and share the thing. Thank you for your support.